Yes, sir.
Close your microphone.
Ah,
What is this? Mr. Yasser, whatever you close your microphone.
you can hear, sir?
We hear whatever you say, Mr. Yasser.
Ah, okay.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Munawwar, Miss Fall, Mr. Yusuf, Mr. Fla. Can you hear me? Please send me in the chat if possible. Can you hear me? Please tell me in the chat.
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. How are you all?
Good, what about you?
Alhamdulillah, great. So can you see my screen also?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So today our small workshop is about MySQL Workbench. And what is MySQL Workbench? Actually, and this is the tool for and GUI tool for the database MySQL database. So we will go into that more in details after a while. Some introduction. I am in IT department as a lecturer in database section from last. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, it was the internet problem here. Okay, so I was telling about myself. Then I have 20 years industry and teaching experience in database and programming web development side. So before we go to MySQL Workbench, first we see the MySQL database. What is the MySQL database and why it is very popular and famous in the industry? Number one, it is very easy to use as compared to other databases, okay, like Oracle or SQL Server. Its interface is very, very easy. And even you are using first time, you can create tables, you can run things, queries, for example, and you can use it. And it is secure. It encrypt the password and it provides the security client server architecture. It is full database server which work as a server. So it provides client server architecture with application and web application and mobile application or other applications. And free to download. This is the most attractive advantage. It is very free to download. It is also paid version available for commercial and with more support from Oracle. But it is free also available for start and learn and even for basic. Just a minute. Oh, can you see? Okay, okay. Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, my net was disconnected here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Okay, so next we see about MySQL database before we go to the MySQL Workbench. Okay, why this is very famous database or very common among students, universities, and in the for the startups. Okay, they use MySQL because it is very easy to use as compared to Oracle or MySQL Server or Teradata or other databases. It is also secure. It encrypts the password. It is with client server architecture. So we can connect with any application server or with web server. So it will work as a client server architecture. Okay. Free to download. This is the most attractive advantage of MySQL. It is free. It is also paid with full support from Oracle, but the free version is also available for learning and for startups, small startups, they can use it. Scalable, okay, we can attach other plugin with it. So it is scalable and it is very high speed as compared to other because it is lightweight. It doesn't use more RAM as compared to Oracle or SQL Server. That's why its speed is more fast. It is lightweight, and that's why it is mostly used behind the web server. Because web server use it depends on internet speed. No, internet speed is very good nowadays, but in the past we don't have good speed. So that time it was especially very famous on for websites because website need fast speed to download. When we open any website, it should open fast and download fast. So data come on the website from the databases. So that's why it was very famous, and even still it is very famous for websites. So mostly when we develop any website in PHP, 90% behind is MySQL in PHP based web development. ASP, they use also MySQL plus SQL Server because that is by a Microsoft company. And the large organizations use Oracle like PDO and banks, they use Oracle. It is platform independent, mean it can be installed on Windows, Linux, Mac OS, Sun Solaris or whatever, all the operating systems. And it has very good GUI support, and that is by MySQL Workbench, which is our today topic. Any question until now? Any question? Hello? Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so this is our practical session. Don't just sit and log in here and have chit chat with your team. Okay, this is practical. We'll go in a while with practical. You will download and install the things. If you already have, then you do practice with me. Okay, so please be ready and active, all of you. So this is MySQL Workbench, which is a GUI support for MySQL database. Okay, what is MySQL Workbench? It is a GUI support as we discussed. It is SQL, good for SQL development. If you want to write any SQL queries, ad hoc queries, then very good platform by Oracle. this workbench. And you can also create views, procedure, functions in using SQL, MySQL Workbench. We can do data modeling here. It means we can create ERDs, and by ERD we can convert to tables, or we can create tables and create ERD, vice versa. We can do data modeling here, very strong feature of MySQL Workbench. And we can perform backup and recovery, and we can do other database administration work. Okay, so let's start practical. Just search XAMPP in the Google if you don't have XAMPP before or WAMP before, okay? And open apachefriends.org and download XAMPP from there, download machine. Pardon. Sorry, it is call from the university. Please, 2 minutes. Hello, so I'm back. Have you opened this website? I will share in the team in the chatting. Can you see the link in the chat?
So actually, we visited the website which you have shown here, but the versions are different. 8.2, is it okay to download those versions?
Yeah, there are three versions here. 8.0 is the oldest one, then this in the middle 8.1, then 8.2, latest one. And Windows, if you have Windows, if you have Linux, and Linux are very less, but mostly people use OX if they have Mac. So for Mac, you suggest this for the students, okay? If they have Mac. So for Windows, we use this one. Okay, download. So when you click download, it will start downloading.
We can download this file, but I don't think that we can install this one because it is asking for the permission.
Yeah, so you cannot do in the university, but you
Yes.
can do in your private laptop. Okay.
Okay.
And in your home. In the university, if you want to download or install, you ask the ETC team, they will come and install on your PC.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that is no issue. But I'm telling if you do at home, for example, here ETC will install, but when you go home and you want to do, then do from here.
Okay.
From this link, and then when you click next, execute this, it will be next, no anything, nothing, any saving or something, change anything, just press next. Or I have video also in my YouTube channel about it, how to install XAMPP. So I will share the link of my channel. You can take the video from there, how to install it step by step. I mentioned there, but it is also very simple. Next, nothing. Okay, it will install. So, or anyone is there who can install from home or from admin rights, who have admin rights to install. Any one of you, then we can share the screen and you can show. Oh no, then I will share my video that it is simple. Okay, and this is XAMPP. It will be like this when we install. Okay, so this is what is in the XAMPP, and why do we do this is XAMPP actually. Let me show. Actually, we are going to study SQL Workbench. Understand? The Workbench is actually interface for database server. So first we should have the database server. Understand or not? For database server, we are installing XAMPP. Got the idea? Understand? Okay, so what are we going to do now? We will study about SQL Workbench, but to do work in the SQL Workbench, first we should have database server. Database server is not inside the SQL Workbench. Many people have this confusion that SQL Workbench has its own database or own things. No, it is only interface to do work. Behind we should have database server. To install the database server, we have two options. Okay, we have two options. We can install the database server direct from MySQL, and we can install XAMPP. Okay, so second option is XAMPP. First option is we can download from mysql.com. So if you install from mysql.com, that will be only database server. But if you download from XAMPP, through XAMPP, then you have the Apache web server and you have database. And these two can help you to run your web application, or you can, if you want to do something using PHP or ASP or JSP or HTML. Okay, so then this XAMPP or WAMP will help you to run your web pages, which are based on any PHP or server-side scripting, that ASP or JSP. So that's why it is more easy and more flexible. Then we do first option. First option is also available, but that will be only database server. So if you don't do any web-based application, web-based work, then this first option is good. But if you are also developing websites, or because MySQL is working with websites 99%. Okay, so whenever we download MySQL, we also need Apache most of the time. If no, then you can download MySQL server from mysql.com. Okay, otherwise download XAMPP if you are also working as a web developer. Understand this? When we should do MySQL server only, and when we should XAMPP and we get MySQL through XAMPP. Understand this point? And how many of you are doing web programming, PHP and MySQL? Can you tell me in the message? You are doing yes or no? Just tell yes or no. You are doing programming using PHP, MySQL or not? Please message. Are you doing web programming PHP with MySQL or not? Yes or no? You know message? Hello? Miss Infal, Mr. Munawwar, Mr. Yusuf, Mr. Falah, Mr. Dadapir, Mr. Saeed Jacob, Miss Samia. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, so this is a XAMPP web server. So what we do, we can start here Apache and MySQL. It is, I think, my just wait. I will close other services. Okay, so this is the MySQL started, and we go to admin panel. This is one other GUI environment for MySQL. So you can see here our databases. Okay, and we can write here SQL commands as well, and we can check the user accounts here. Okay, which are the user in our databases, and we can export our databases from here and select database and then export. Okay, so this is one PHP MyAdmin one interface for MySQL, where we can create databases, we can create table in the databases. For example, this is one our database, GMODB. Okay, it has tables. So we can create new table here. Okay, so let me create one new table. I'll show you how to create table here. And what is the difference between this PHP MyAdmin and MySQL Workbench? Okay, so create new table. Here table name, for example, this is purchase table. So we write here PID. And here we have data types. Okay, which type of this column will be. So for example, PID is int type, and PID is also primary key. So we can, from here, we can add primary key from index. And it is auto increment. So AI mean automatically when we insert data, it will be automatically increment. Okay, then we have purchase the product ID, which we purchased, and the price, which price we purchase, and date, which date we purchase, and for date we go to date. And you can add column here, for example, and one column we add, and we write vendor. Okay, who was the vendor? So vendor will be varchar, and 200. Okay, so this is our table interface, how to create the table here, and then press go or save. So table is created like this. Understand? Understand this? Can you hear my sound? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. We can hear you.
And hear me and be active also. No,
Okay.
no any chit chat. Okay,
We
because
are
we are
active.
going
We
to
are,
do now
we
next
are-
MySQL Workbench. So you have to install and then we do next. So this is
Okay,
the
okay.
PHP by admin, which maybe most of you know this interface. Okay, who are teaching PHP MySQL. So they know this interface, how to create table, but who are not, it is new for them. This is one method to interact with the MySQL, PHP MyAdmin. It is very limited, but it is very good for start, you know. And if you are teaching, this is very good tool to use for creating table, creating users. Okay. And we can also run sample queries here. Okay. So, and like we have one table, product table. So I will select study from product table in my case. So you will do this, just wait with me. Okay, so product table spelling wrong, what happened here? You have a product table, I think. Yes. Okay, so these three rows coming in product tables, we will use this table in Workbench also. I will give you this script. Okay, you can import there in the Workbench and you will see. So let's go to Workbench now. Okay, this is a Workbench for Microsoft Windows. I will copy this link and share in the chatting again. Okay, so this is same method as you download the XAMPP. Okay, so there are two options to download the Workbench. One is the first one, which is for web community. Okay, and next one is for general app. You do development for general, for example, Node. That's why very large, 428 megabytes, and this is 2.4 megabytes. Okay, so you can download from here, same, and then install next, no change like XAMPP. Okay, so this is very easy to download and run. I don't know you have rights to download, but as I told you, you can call etc and ask them to download this or install this, and then in your house when you do in your personal laptops, then you can whatever link I shared to you, save this and download from there. Okay, and download the first one. That is more simple and easy. Okay, so when you download, it will come in your PC. MySQL Workbench. Okay, when you download and run, it will show you like this. Okay, this is one of my connection. This is Workbench, okay? And when we do in the Workbench or we communicate with the database through any language like PHP, we have to establish connection first. Okay, so always without connection, you cannot connect with the database. Okay, so we need a connection. Same here in the MySQL. By default will be one connection. If not, you can add more connection from here, and you can connect with more databases, with more servers, two server by adding more connections. Okay, for example, this connection I added. So I make the name AA. You can make local, for example, this is local data, our server, local database. And here root, username and password stored inside it, and test connection. Okay, so it is successfully connected with our database. Why it is connected with the database? Because in the XAMPP, our database server is running. Okay, if database server is not running, then it will not run. Okay, this server should be running behind, or it should be startup. Then you can connect with the Workbench. Understand? So it is okay now. So double click this connection. Then next this interface will come. Okay, so I have before some queries. I will delete this. No, see here, all our tables are here. Which table we see there? Same GMODB, and we have same product table here. Okay, so whatever tables we see in the here in the PHP MyAdmin, okay, final DB, GMODB, MODB, okay, Laravel, test, MySQL, QDB websites. So all these databases will be available now in the Workbench. Okay, so these are two different interfaces. That is PHP MyAdmin. This is Workbench. That is for very light and like small work, and this is for database administration work. So, for example, there we can create tables, and here we can create tables, plus we can create views, plus we can create store procedure and functions on this schema. This is called schema. Can you see down schema is selected? Go GMO. GMO mean get mobile online DB. This is one of application I developed here for students in the class. So it was full e-commerce website. GMO mean get mobile online DB. So this schema has tables, views, procedure, and function. But in PHP MyAdmin only we can create tables. Okay, that is very limited. So same here we create one table for GMODB. So how to create table here? Or you want to create new database? You can create new database from here. For example, create database test DB. Okay, so when we write any command here, okay, you select the command and click this, execute the selected portion. Or just keep the cursor here after the command and click this button. Okay, execute the statement under the keyboard cursor. Okay, or just press Control Enter. So by Control Enter, this command will run. So I will press Control Enter. So command run, and in down you can see here create database. Okay, so in this area you will see the output of the command. Understand? So this is we create one database, and this database you can also see here in this list. Just refresh this, so you will see your test database here. And every database has standard table, views, store procedure, and functions. So no table here. Let's create one table. Create table, for example, student, TBL, ID, varchar 20, and also it is primary key. Then name, also varchar 200. Okay, so like this we can do. So small table we create, and same method, press semicolon and press Control Enter if you don't want to use mouse. So error come in the table. Why? What error come? No database selected. Okay, what is error message here? No database selected. So no database selected mean we have so many databases here. So we have to select a database when we create a table. Before that, we have to select which database you want to create this table. Yes, we created this database before testDB, but with testDB, we have other databases also. So when we write command create, we have to tell before which database you want to create this command. So for that, what we do, we use one command that is called use database. So before this, we have to write this command use. We can make this large. Use testDB. Control Enter. Okay, so this third number row use it is okay. 1 row, 0 row factor mean it execute successfully. Now if you create table after this, bring the cursor and Control Enter. So table is created now, and you can see table in testDB here. It is not coming here. Refresh this from here and click table. So student TBL will be here. Understand this? How to create table here? Okay, we did before in PHP MyAdmin. There is different interface. Here is commands because here is a DBA administration work. mostly DB work here, DB work, database administrator. So he mostly use commands. They never work in with the GUI based more things. So they are mostly familiar with the commands and they love to write commands than GUI, and they don't use more mouse in their work. Okay. So this is a very good interface for database administrators. So table created, same we can insert data here, and as we do there by insert query, insert into student TBL values. First is varchar, so we can tell here varchar data 16J1122, and next one is name also varchar, so we can tell Ali for example. And same we control enter. So table is not there. Student spelling is wrong. Student TBL. Okay, control enter. So one row affected. Same I copy and paste. Okay, so change this ID. And we change name. Okay, so same control enter. Two rows are there, so we can select the data same from here. From student TBL. Control enter, so it will show our output here. And if you have done some mistake, you can correct your data from here. If ID is wrongly enter, for example, so click the form and then you can change the ID, for example. So it is 161111. By mistake, we entered that. Understand? So it will change 161111. Okay, so we can change data anytime from here direct in the workbench if we want to change. Okay, so this is by form. Next, we create one view, and then we will create one procedure and one function. Okay, so that because we can use all these here, which is not available in PHP So that's why we should explore this now. Next, I will come back to my database GMODB. I want to come back to GMODB. I will use the same command. What is that? Use command. So I finish work on this database. I want to use other database. I will write use and GMODB. Okay, so no database, other database affected. Understand? So whatever query we write now, it will apply on GMODB. This database, GMODB. In this database, we have table. For example, we have user table. In the user table, we have some data. Let's see what data is in the user table. Select static from user TBL. Okay, so it is some username are there, admin, one admin, two Imran, Nasir, and two are admin and two are customers. And this is password for them. Okay, so we will create view on this. Okay, so what view I will do? I will create a view. So how to create a view? Just come in the view here. Right click on the view and then create view. Okay, so select username from user TBL. Okay, I think we have username field in. Yes, username. Okay, and then write this view. You know, view mean we don't want to show full table. We want to select some columns from the table. That is view. And click apply. Okay. Okay, there is another view I created also with this. So I will say this is a user name view. Apply. It will check the error. Okay, this process compile the view, and if no error, then it will save it. Okay, so this is our view. Now what I do, I come to again, for example, SQL, and what was our view name? User name view. I will copy this. Select Derek from username view. Press enter, you will see all the usernames. So the usernames are coming from view. This is not table. And this view is also available here now in the views. Okay, so this view, the one view already I created other view, and this is new view, username view. Okay, so we can create views here in the MySQL Workbench, which is not available in PHP MyAdmin. So that's why this is very useful tool if you want to do some advanced work with the database programming. Okay, so this is the view. Same, we can create store procedure. So same thing. Okay, create store procedure. It will be with this syntax, create procedure name, begin and end. So procedure name I make, for example, password or what we do, just we make, for example, P1 procedure. And in the procedure, what we do, we write here query. Select Derek from orders. TBL. We have order TBL. For example, we write this query in the procedure. We can do any programming depending upon our requirement. So as a sample, just we write this. Okay, and then P1 is the name of the procedure. We can also pass parameter here if we want. It will execute and check the syntax and pass the view. Sorry, procedure and then apply. Finish. So procedure is created. You can see here P1. So how we access the procedure? By call. So call P1 and then enter. So see full order detail come here, order table. Order table is here in our database. Okay, this is order table here. And I run the procedure. It print the order table. Why it print the order table behind procedure? Because I write the query in the procedure, select static from order table. So in this way, we can create the procedures and we can also put any queries here, depend upon. Okay, and mostly in the procedure, we have more programming. And procedure note does not return the value. Okay, only whatever you write there, it will print, execute and print. It will not return you value. If you want to get a return, then we use functions. Next one. Okay, so this is how to write the procedure in Workbench. And this is PL SQL programming. When we add procedure, then it is PL, procedural language programming. Okay. So this is one procedure. Next is the function, how to write function. Let me finish this. So same method for function. Okay. Actually, function, what function we do? We can do function, for example, we have product table. We have products. Let me check what are the products in the product table. Let's take from product TBL. Product table is in name, error come table. It does not exist. Spelling wrong. You can click there, direct it will come. Okay. Okay, that's some error there. So for example, order table we display before. So for example, you enter order ID and we have total bill. Okay, so the total bill we will check. We will return the bill with some value back on the base of bill. Okay, so we have different bill here. Less than 1,000, less than 2,000, and this bill is very big. Let me change this. Total bill, for example, 2,200. Okay, so we have less than 3,000 and so three categories are there. Okay, so we do on the base of this, create our function. So we go to function, create function. Okay, so ready for this? Okay, the first thing is we change the name. So this is our function, for example, tell the status of customer. Okay, so I make this C status, customer status. Okay, so return varchar 100 and it will take variable whatever total bill it will take. So bill as integer it will take. Okay. Let me check here something. So then we declare one variable here to check, to change that, to set the value. So declare, for example, we will tell the customer level. So C level type of level is varchar 20. Okay, and then we check bill. If bill, this bill will be parameter. Okay, if this bill is less than 1000, then set the variable. So what is variable? C level, customer level. Set customer level equal normal customer. Okay, so better we use single quotes here. So normal customer. Else if bill is greater than 1000, then set C level good customer. Else set C level important customer. And then end if. And return whatever we store C level. C level we will return back. So function will return back. Procedure and function have this difference. Okay. The procedure never return back and function will always return back by its nature. Okay, so what we did here, we get the bill. On the bill, we will decide what type of customer we have. So customer status is the name of the function. Okay, it will tell us customer is good or important or normal, depending on bill. Okay, and then apply. Okay, here is no error. Finish. So function finish in order table. Okay, so we use this function now. I will write the fields. Select OID, customer number CID, and total bill. And our function C status from order failure. What is the function name in our case? See status. Something like this. It is not identifying the function name. Yes, we have to pass the bill. We are doing mistake here. And total bill. Okay, so spelling mistake. So this is, we are doing this mistake. We are not passing the data, it take parameter. We set here parameter for it. This is parameter bill int. So we were not passing this. So total bill will be sent and it will tell us the status of this customer CID. So this is important. This is normal. This is important, normal, important based on our data. Okay, I think we did a reverse query, reverse something, their condition. It should be less than. I speak less than and write greater than. Okay, so now we run this. Okay, so now this is correct output. If less than 1,000, it is normal customer. And if it is less than 2,000 imported, and if it is more than this value node, I think we changed before. Okay, this is not in the database storing, only runtime it will change. So this is the function, okay, how we design function and procedure and views here in Workbench, okay. Then we can do something here. If you run some query again and again, like you run this query a lot, this from user table, you can add this to snippet. Okay. So, or for example, on order table, you run this query a lot. So click on snippet, this one, it will come here, order table. And in the downside, you have snippet here. Okay, here. So you can, if you are not here, click on snippets and then come down here and then double click this. So this query will come automatically here. Understand? So you can automatically use this again and again. So this is one snippet option here. Then from server side, you can check the server status from here, running or close, or if any error come, first come and check the status of the server from here. Okay, and you can go back to database connection. You can use, you can go and you can add other servers here with the different database connections. And this is query which we use. Okay, and then we can use backup connection and restore connection. This is advanced. We cannot do know this. Okay, next maybe next level. We will do next training advanced workbench. Then we will handle all these things. And we can also run script here to import data. Or automatically you want to create database on the base of script, you can create here same. Okay, so just select and script file, just select, and it can be also run Python script plus other languages script. You can also install here different things, different plugins you can install, module you can install. Okay, and okay, this is all for today training. Any question you have, you can ask me. Any question? Okay, so we learn about what is the difference between PHP MyAdmin and Workbench. Okay, both are GUI for MySQL. PHP MyAdmin is very basic with some basic functionality. We can add their tables, create tables, run basic queries. But this Workbench is very advanced. We can run advanced queries, complex queries, a very good interface here to see output and write queries. Plus, we can add here function, procedure, and views on our database. Okay, and we can create database also from here that we did in the beginning. But when we create database, we have to write this command use database. Then we can use this database. Okay, and then we create table in this new database. We insert data in the database. So it is very flexible, very usable interface to write the things, and our all database will be here same. You can modify any database anytime, and you can connect with different server also with the different links. Okay. If any question, then we will continue. Otherwise, we stop here. No question. Okay, thank you.